Hello, Lavine. Thank you so much for coming on the Zoom chat today. It's just an absolute pleasure to meet you. And could you just share with everyone like who you are and what you do?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing as well. It's absolutely phenomenal, And about myself, my name's Lavine, and I am a counsellor. I work in private practice, and I work with a large chunk of my client group is survivors of domestic abuse and sexual trauma. What I've learned is a lot of things actually is I guess keeping it present is and what I want to bring today in this short sort of space of time is if you're going through it, if you're going through the mill and life's hard, and for me I went through I picked up drink and drugs and used that as a coping strategy, and lots of sort of negative negative coping strategies. I've also been in a couple of abusive relationships, and the most recent one was I was sharing with you earlier is I'm doing some educational work and learning about domestic abuse, and I think I know it, and so on and so forth. And they spoke about coercive control, and I'm like, hang on a minute. And then the penny dropped. I'm in a relationship where there's coercive control.
And would you mind sort of sharing what is cohesive control? What
It's so subtle, right? That I'm questioning myself. I'm questioning, you know, just questioning myself. Like I felt a little bit like I was going mad. It's very subtle, very insidious, very slow, and then it would be things like just me, yeah, it just very sort of negative and damaging, and I think when I learned that, and the fact that I've got a child, is I need to break cycles, I need to break chains, I need to show my daughter that that sort of behavior is unacceptable.
Yes.
And change and re-educate, and I love the sort of work that you're doing, because when you're in it, it is really hard. It's really hard. Excuse my language.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
but and I think it's the passion.
We're not
It's
on
the passion
BBC.
because yeah. Because it can lead me to a point, or people to the point. I'm working with men and women, because men suffer too, that it can get to the point that you take your own life.
Yeah.
Or and it's just the damage it does, and the longer you're in it and you're ground down and you ground down, the harder it is. But I guess what I would say is just a basic sort of technique is being kind to myself. And I said to you today, I've just been down the allotment. I've probably got all mud under my nails, and self-care, grounding, there's a thing called the window of tolerance. And if I'm up there and I've got this going on and that going on, and I'm trying to bring myself back down and breathe. Oh,
So what are the techniques that you use with your clients? In let's
so
say
with
that
my
somebody
clients,
was sort of
yeah,
feeling
I mean,
anxiety.
yeah, so it's grounding. I highly recommend. First thing in the morning, a lot of my clients are, I wake up and it's there, and the chest is pumping and you're scared to go out, and it's like it's just, it's not just because it's really hard when you're going through it. It's breathing and grounding yourself. So the breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and out for 6.
Well, let's do that together. So let's
Yeah. So
do
what
it
I
with
say
you.
is if you can, take your shoes off. If you can't, don't worry.
Yeah,
But just
no,
put your
shoes
feet
are
up
off,
on the
shoes are
floor.
off. Shoes
Yeah,
off.
take your hands
Take
out,
your
take
hands.
your body out.
Body.
Tense your body, tense your face,
Tense it, tense it.
and then release.
Oh, yeah.
And just simple things like that, so you can be out on the bus and maybe not do the tense, but just really just feel that release.
Yeah.
Some brilliant resources that are free are on YouTube, and you
Let's
can
just go
type
back to the breathing that you
yeah,
said. Do
yeah,
that together.
sure.
So count me
Right,
in.
so I would do a guided meditation even of grounding.
Let's do the breathing, the four, the 6, so we can show
Yeah.
everybody how to do that first.
Right. So I would suggest closing your eyes, breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and out for 6.
So breathe
When
in
you
for
release,
1,
really
2,
2,
3, 4.
4,
Hold
hold,
for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 6, 5,
and really let it out.
3, 2, and 1. Can we let it? Can I share something with you that I used to do in drama?
Sure,
On
sure.
a frustration jump. Now, because we're on Zoom, I'm gonna have to do it on the Don't do that at home. You need to get
Okay.
down on the floor. You need to be actually on the floor. And what
Yes.
we used to get everybody in the drama class, and we'd all be down. You know, what do we look like now? Like little frogs, and then you go. "Ah!" And you jump up and you scream, and it's called a frustration jump. So I'm everyone actually on the
Oh,
floor now. Nobody do it on chairs. Are you ready? 1,
yeah.
2, 3.
2, 3.
And you let it all
Hey.
out. And you know what? I feel better. I feel
Yeah,
better,
yeah. You
Lavine.
know, another thing is if you're sort of, under around or hyper, and you're like, oh, it's to put some music on, and again, jump around, shake around, really kind of let yourself go and let yourself loose, and this brings you from that lower vibrational state, that lower sort of lethargy, depressed, can't do anything state, again, the window of tolerance, that middle ground of being able to function in life.
Yeah.
Another thing I say is to treat yourself like you treat a child. To be kind to yourself.
So many of
Back
us
to
don't do that. So many of us
no,
don't do that. We're out.
no, no.
Do you need something to eat?
Oh
Um,
yes,
Can I carry
yeah,
your bag? Would you like me to
yeah,
give you a bath? And
yeah,
no, you're
yeah,
not doing it for yourself. So what's
yeah.
like top 3 tips for self-care?
So
Little
simple
gentle
tip.
ones. Yeah, simple.
It's you like to be out in nature.
Yes.
And if you've got a garden, take your shoes off. I'm a bit of like an eco sort of, but they're, the therapeutic effects of nature are phenomenal. Like I say, I've just been down the allotment. Take your shoes off, get your feet on the ground and just take in the environment. Um, if you can, a gratitude list. This can be hard.
Gratitude. I find that so great. Can I just share something with you?
Sure,
So
sure.
so I heard, and maybe you'll be able to give me some clarification on this, that you
Mm.
can't feel anxiety and
Mm.
in the mind at the same time. And I sort of put this to the test the other day because I was driving a car up the motorway. All of a sudden, 4 o'clock, it was pitch black and it started snowing. I felt like I was on the set of Star Wars with all the smoke coming
Wow.
towards me. And I started getting really panicky. And then I just prayed to our creator and I said, please give me some light. And then all the cars coming down the other way basically started slowing down and there was more light. So then I started thanking the powers
Yeah.
for the light. And then I found that when I was thankful, all of a sudden I was so full of anxiety about
Yes.
driving the car in the dark and the snow.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of science that you could share, or what's your?
There probably is, but I haven't
Let's
really
look it up.
prepared for this. I'm like lastminute.com. I said, is it going to be on camera? No. Well, if you ever saw the hair a minute ago, it was out there, but sometimes, it's like just be yourself, be natural, to be vulnerable. Another thing is like have a network of safe people that you can just really be, do you know what? I'm not feeling it today,
Yeah.
And by releasing it, from shaking or, from being still or, write a journal
Yeah.
of those innermost feelings, and if you don't feel safe having that journal, burn it in the sink or burn it in the garden,
Yeah.
what you're writing, get it out, so it's about how can I get this stuff out of me?
So many of us now, it's like, especially I don't know. I don't know if it's an English thing here in the UK, but everyone's like, "How are you?" Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not fine. You're
yeah,
not
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
There's a
yeah,
problem in the relationship. You can't make that rent
yes,
payment. Work's on top of you, or you haven't got the work.
yeah,
Choosing between
yeah,
cooking and feeding your children. I mean, things
yes,
aren't
yeah,
fine. We have
yeah.
to learn to
What,
communicate and tell people
yeah,
exactly how we really feel.
yeah. And what do they call it? Insecure,
When
neurotic, and something else. Like there's a whatever it's synonym or whatever they're called, you know. And it's like, but also it's that thing of I think we're sort of programmed to, oh, you know, how we, oh, you know, and inside you're falling to pieces, going,
Yeah.
help me, please, someone help me. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
so how can I, you know, how can I find safe people? And please, you know, Samaritans, absolutely
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
24/7 advice and
Yes.
help.
Never
I
ever
didn't
feel
know.
bad about calling because they're there for us. So many
No,
people say, "Oh, but I don't want to worry them." That's it.
no. They are there.
Yes, amen to
I've
that.
used them in the past myself, and I
Me
didn't realize
too.
either.
Me too.
They're open and available for young
Yeah.
people. I
Yes.
didn't know that. So if you're struggling, please, there's like, if you can't talk to anyone, text. If you
Yes.
can't text, write, you know, get it out, you know, dance, go to the gym. But
The communication, I think it is communicating. It's actually,
oh, definitely,
it's
definitely.
spending time reflecting. How do we feel?
Yes.
And conversing that, communicating
Yeah.
that in a safe
Yeah.
place with another
Yes.
person. And
Yeah.
I'm going to thank you, Lavine, for everything that you shared.
Oh.
And we're going to have you back and we're going to continue this.
Oh,
And I'm going to give
lovely.
you more notice. But thank you very
Oh,
much.
yeah. I could
Very
plant a
first.
seed or something.
Let's
But
have
keep
a chat
safe,
here.
guys. Keep
Reflection.
safe. And thank you so much for the work you're doing. It is absolutely phenomenal. You know, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lavine.
Bye now.
Yeah, my darling. Bye.
Bye.
Here's your story.